Proof of Personhood, the high stakes of OpenAI's post-anonymous social network.
The human dividend, why your identity is the new global currency.
The Great Partition, Sam Altman's quest to save the human internet. For
Bolivar,
years, we've
the
spoken about
bankster's
the
liberator,
dead internet theory,
a forbidden
which
history of
turns
Simone
into like a
Bolivar
digital
and
ghost
the
story.
invention of
We
modern
watched as
servitude.
Twitter became X, as
MXDM,
Instagram
the
comments
banker's liberator,
dissolved into
the
a
debt
sea
that
of
called
check
itself
out my
freedom.
bio bots,
2 centuries
and as
after his
LLMs
bones were
began
dug up for the
generating content
cameras,
so
Bolivar
convincingly
still
human that
owes
the
the world
uncanny
an
valley started
explanation.
looking like
Not
a
for what he
comfortable
fought,
place to
but for
live.
who financed the fight.
We felt the
Behind
web getting
every cry
colder,
of liberty
noisier,
was a
and
ledger.
less real.
Behind every
But
revolution,
on January
a banker
29,
counting bayonets as
2026,
assets.
the ghost story
And
became
behind
a
the marble
corporate
hero
roadmap.
they sold us, a man
Reports have
broken by
officially
Parisian
leaked, then
debts,
the markets have
refitted by
reacted with a
London credit
40%
and
surge in
embalmed in
wild
interest.
WLD
The republics
tokens
that rose in
Sam
his name
Altman
were
is preparing
plantations
his most
reborn as
controversial move yet.
portfolios. The chains
It
became
isn't just
contracts,
another AI
the whip
model.
an exchange rate.
It's a
Freedom,
humans-only
our
social
first and
network
most
built
seductive
by a
loan.
stealth team
They called
within
him the
OpenAI.
liberator. History
The
may yet
premise is
remember
as
him
radical
as
as
the
it is
world's
unsettling.
first
To enter
collateralized
this new
saint.
digital sanctuary, you cannot simply provide an email or a phone number.
Hashtag pirate first,
You must
hashtag
provide your
Bolivar,
identity.
hashtag forbidden history,
Whether
hashtag
through Apple's
debt is
Face ID
empire,
or the iris
hashtag
scanning
financial
of the
colonialism,
world network
hashtag
engaged
the
with
banker's
this network
liberator,
environment.
hashtag history is ledger,
For the first time, the major tech platform is betting that we are so desperate for authentic human connection that we will trade our most sensitive biological data for the guarantee that the person on the other side of the screen has a heartbeat. This move marks the beginning of the Great Partition. On one side, the open web, a wild,
Think
bot-infested
of
landscape of
Nostr as the
synthetic media
messaging
and
layer,
algorithmic
Bitcoin
rage
as
bait.
the settlement layer,
On the other,
and
a verified
PayJoin
human
/silent
ecosystem
payments
where
as the
every like
privacy
is
layer.
tied to a soul and
Nostr
every post
equals
is backed by a
decentralized
biometric
communication
signature.
fabric.
But this
Bitcoin
isn't just
equals
about
value
stopping spam.
transfer.
It's
PayJoin
the
V2
infrastructure for a new world
/silent
order where
payments
universal
equals
basic
privacy
income (UBI)
enhancements.
is distributed via
PayJoin
your
V2
proof of
and silent
personhood,
payments
where
could
human
both be
dividends are paid
implemented
out
into
for
Nostr,
engagement,
with
and where
Nostr
countries like
acting as the
Argentina and the UAE
communication
are
and
racing to
publishing
become the
layer.
first fully verified
PayJoin
digital
V2 would use
societies.
Nostr relays for
The following thread is
negotiation
an
between
investigation
sender
into
and
this
receiver,
unfolding reality.
while silent payments
We
would
dive
use
deep into
Nostr
the welcoming
profiles
jurisdictions
/events
where
to
this
distribute
experiment is
silent
already
addresses.
live, the privacy
Together,
nightmares
they would
keeping
make
regulators
Bitcoin
awake at
payments
night,
over
and the
Nostr
mechanics
far
of
more
how a
private
human
and
dividend
censorship
actually hits
resistant.
your wallet in a world where AI does
How
the work,
integration would
but
work.
humans get the pay.
PayJoin V2
Is
plus
this the
Nostr.
salvation of the social web, or
Negotiation
the
layer.
ultimate surveillance
PayJoin
trap?
V2 requires
Let's look
sender
at the
and
facts.
receiver to
While there
exchange
hasn't been a
transaction
formal
details.
keynote launch yet,
Nostr
major
roll.
reports from late
Relays
January
could carry these
2026,
negotiation
specifically January
messages
29th,
instead of
have revealed that Sam
HTTP
Altman's
servers.
OpenAI is indeed
Benefit:
developing a
removes
humans-only
reliance
social
on
network.
centralized infrastructure,
The project
making
is currently
PayJoin
being treated as a
coordination
leaked
censorship
master plan
resistant.
rather than an official
Challenge:
public product
while
launch,
it must
though it has
integrate
sent
Nostr
shockwaves through the
messaging,
tech
which
industry.
adds complexity.
Here are the key details
Silent
from the
payments
reports.
plus Nostr.
The
Publishing
humans-only
layer.
social
Silent
network.
payments only need
The
the
core
receiver's
philosophy of the
silent
platform is to
address.
solve the dead
Nostr
internet
roll.
theory, the
Receiver
idea
could
that the web
publish
is
their
becoming
silent
saturated
address
with
in a Nostr
AI-generated
profile
content and
or
bots.
event. Benefit:
Biometric
easy
verification.
adoption.
To join,
Senders
users
don't
would
need
reportedly
silent
need to
payment
prove their
support,
personhood
only
via
receivers.
biometrics.
Challenge:
This could involve
wallets
Apple's
must
Face
handle
ID or
scanning
the
for
World Orb,
outputs,
the iris
which is
scanning
resource
technology from
intensive.
Altman's other venture,
Synergy:
WorldCoin.
PayJoin V2
The goal
protects
is
the
by
sending
requiring
side
biometric proof,
inputs.
the platform aims to
Silent
be the
payments
first major
protect the
social network
receiving
entirely
side
free of bots,
outputs.
spam accounts,
Nostr
and
provides the
AI-driven rage bait.
decentralized communication
Small
fabric
internal
to tie
team,
them
the
together.
project is reportedly being
Combined,
built by a
this stack
specialized
could make
stealth team
Bitcoin
within
payments
OpenAI
over
of fewer
Nostr
than 10
resemble
people.
cash exchanges.
Background
Private,
and context.
censorship resistant,
The
and
project
unlinkable.
didn't come out of
Warning:
nowhere.
risks and
It follows a
considerations.
series of hints and
Technical
competitive moves.
complexity. Wallets need to
The
support
reversed
both
a joke.
Bitcoin
In April
privacy
2025,
protocols
Sam
and Nostr
Altman
messaging.
sarcastically replied to news about
Performance:
Meta's AI
silent payments
expansion by
require
tweeting,
heavy
"Okay, fine, maybe
blockchain
we'll do
scanning.
a social app,"
Nostr
adding
doesn't
it would be
solve
funny
this.
to reverse a Facebook.
Architecture overview.
Market
Layer
reaction
1,
following the
communication
January
Nostr.
2026 leaks,
Relays,
WorldCoin
carry
WLD
negotiation
surged by
messages
over
for PayJoin
40% as
V2.
investors bet on the
Profiles
integration between
/events.
OpenAI's social
Publish
platform and
silent
World's
payment
identity
addresses.
verification
Benefit:
technology.
decentralized,
Direct competition, the
censorship-resistant
platform is
messaging
seen as a
fabric.
direct challenge to
Layer
Elon
2,
Musk's X and
settlement,
Meta's Threads,
Bitcoin.
specifically
Blockchain,
targeting users
records the
frustrated by the
final
high volume of
transaction.
automated accounts on
Inputs,
those services.
mixed via PayJoin V2.
Current status.
Outputs, hidden via silent
OpenAI
payments.
has remained officially
Layer
silent on
3,
the project,
privacy
and there is no
enhancements.
public launch date yet.
PayJoin V2
Insiders
protects
suggest
sender
it is still
side
in the early
inputs.
experiment phase,
Silent
and the
payments
final features could
protects
change
receiver
significantly
side
before any
outputs.
official release.
Combined, both ends of the
Privacy experts have
transaction
reacted swiftly to
obfuscated.
the reports of
Flow
OpenAI's
example.
humans-only
Sender
network, raising
initiates
alarms
payment
about the
Nostra
trade-offs
relay
required to
carries
solve the bot
pay join
problem.
negotiation.
While the technical
Receiver
goal is to
publishes
eliminate
silent
spam,
payment
the human
address
cost
sender
is a major
derives
point of
one-time
debate.
destination.
Here is a
Transaction
breakdown of the primary
constructed with
concerns
mixed
currently being
inputs,
discussed
pay
by
join,
digital rights
and hidden
advocates and
outputs,
security
silent
researchers.
payments.
1.
Broadcast
The
Bitcoin
irreversibility
blockchain
problem.
records transaction,
This is
but
the most
analysis
frequent criticism.
heuristics
You
fail.
can reset a
High
password,
voltage
but
why
you
this
cannot
matters.
reset your eyes or your face. The risk
resilient,
if
no
OpenAI's
reliance on
biometric
centralized
database were ever
servers.
compromised,
Private,
users' permanent
both
biological
inputs and
markers would be
outputs are shielded.
exposed. Unlike a credit
Composable,
card number,
Nostr
this
acts
data
as the
cannot
glue
be
between
cancelled,
Bitcoin
potentially leading
settlement
to a
and
lifetime of
privacy
identity
layers.
theft risks.
Adoption. Early
Expert
experiments
tech critics
exist,
argue that
Nostr
proof of
plus
personhood
Lightning,
creates a
zaps,
honeypot for
but
hackers and
on-chain
state actors
privacy
that is simply
integration
too
is still
dangerous to exist in a
experimental.
centralized
Thanks
form.
for reading
2.
MXDM's
Data
newsletter.
concentration and
Subscribe
mission
for
creep.
free to receive new posts
Experts worry
and
about the unprecedented level of power a single
PayPal.me/Martin
company
to
would
support
hold by
my
linking
ongoing work
biometric identity
financially.
with social behavior.
Subscribed.
Shadow
Substack
profiles,
note.
even if OpenAI
Headline,
doesn't stop the raw
Transaction
scan, the ability
choreography
to link a
without
physical person
landlords.
to every post,
The blockchain
like,
should
and share
only
they
see
make
the
creates
final
a level
bow.
of surveillance
Everything
that
leading
surpasses
up to it
existing
belongs to you.
platforms.
We are
Mission
proposing
creep.
a hard
Advocates fear
separation
that
of
a system
concerns
built
for
to stop
sovereign
bots
value
will
transfer.
eventually be used for more
1.
invasive
The signal,
purposes, such as
Nostr public,
government-mandated ID
canonical,
checks or
minimally
credit scoring.
expressive. A place for
3. The
rendezvous hints,
centralized
not
gatekeeper
identifiable
argument.
addresses.
By
2.
requiring
The
WorldCoin's,
negotiation,
Bob, or Apple's
provision of
Face ID
private,
for access,
stateful,
OpenAI
and
becomes
offline
the
resilient.
ultimate gatekeeper
This
of
is where
digital life.
PayJoin v2 and intent
Exclusion. There are
negotiation
concerns
happen over
about
Tor or
biometric failure where certain
HTTPS with no
demographics, those
blockchain
with
chatter.
specific eye conditions
3.
or facial
The
features,
settlement,
might be
Bitcoin the
systematically
final
excluded
truth.
from the
By
network.
combining silent payments,
Centralization.
sender
Privacy
derives
advocates at the
destination
EFF have
locally.
noted that this
With
moves
PayJoin
away from the dream
v2,
of a decentralized
receiver adds
internet,
inputs
placing the
privately.
keys to
We
personhood
achieve
in the
a
hands of a few
paradox.
private
High
Silicon
bandwidth
Valley
coordination
entities.
that results in a
How the
boring
verification
on-chain
process works,
transaction.
reported.
The chain sees a
To
payment.
mitigate these
It doesn't see
concerns,
the sender,
OpenAI is
the
reportedly
receiver,
looking at
or the
privacy-preserving
negotiation.
tech like
Provisioning
zero-knowledge proofs
negotiates.
(ZKPs).
Sovereignty
This
settles.
allows you to
The
prove you
chain
are a
never
human
learns your
without
story.
revealing who you are.
Heavy multiplication X,
Step 1.
short X
The user
post.
provides a
Think
biometric
of this
scan,
as
iris or
transaction
face.
choreography without
Step 2.
landlords.
The device converts the
Nostr
scan
handles
into
the
a
signal.
numerical code, a
Provisioners
hash.
handle the
Step
negotiation.
3. The raw
Bitcoin
image is
handles the
theoretically
settlement.
deleted immediately.
We combine
Step 4.
silent
The
payments
network
and
only sees the
PayJoin
hash
v2
to verify
off-chain, so
uniqueness,
that
never the
on-chain,
actual
the
face or eye.
blockchain only sees the
Regulatory
final
red
bow.
flags.
No metadata.
OpenAI
No
faces a steep
heuristics.
uphill battle
Just
with
value
global
transfer.
regulators. The EU, GDPR European watchdogs have already penalized WorldCoin in the
Hashtag
past,
Bitcoin,
notably in
hashtag
Portugal
privacy,
and Spain,
hashtag
over
Nostr,
concerns about how
hashtag
biometric
PayJoin,
data is
hashtag
collected from
silent
miners and
payments,
how a consent
hashtag
is
cypherpunk,
obtained.
hashtag sovereignty.
South Korea, just last year, WorldCoin was fined for its handling of personal information, setting a precedent that OpenAI will likely have to navigate. Would you like me to find out which specific countries have already expressed concern about this new OpenAI leak? While most Western regulators, the EU especially, are currently eyeing the humans-only network with suspicion, several jurisdictions have positioned themselves as enthusiastic partners or fertile testing grounds for Sam Altman's biometric vision. As of late January 2026, here are the most welcoming jurisdictions for OpenAI's identity-driven ecosystem. 1. Argentina, the global testing ground. Argentina is currently the most welcoming country in the world for this technology. Political support. President Javier Milei has personally met with OpenAI executives and is a vocal proponent of technological disruption to fix economic issues. His administration is leaning into crypto and digital identity as a way to bypass traditional institutional friction. High adoption. Approximately 20% of the Argentine population, roughly 8.6 million people, is already using digital assets or biometric verification tools like the World Orb. Regulatory shift. In January 2026, the Central Bank of Argentina, BCRA, formally authorized banks to offer cryptocurrency custody and payment services, creating a legal framework that makes integrating a biometric social network much easier than in other nations. 2. United Arab Emirates, UAE, the biometric hub. The UAE is moving faster than almost any other nation to normalize biometrics in daily life. The Bye-Bye SMS move. As of January 2026, UAE banks have begun phasing out SMS-based passwords in favor of in-app biometric approvals, Face ID/fingerprint. Tech-first infrastructure. The government's digital twin and digital KYC Know Your Customer initiatives make the UAE a natural fit for OpenAI's goal of verified human interactions. 3. Singapore, the regulatory sandbox. Singapore remains a key safe harbor for OpenAI's experiments. SingPass integration. Singapore already has one of the world's most advanced national digital ID systems, SingPass. Reports from late 2025 indicate that World ID credentials are already being integrated into local virtual accounts, allowing Singaporeans to bridge their government ID with OpenAI's personhood verification. 4. Mexico, Chile, and Colombia. These three Latin American nations have become the second largest growth market for proof of personhood after Argentina. Mobile-first verification. In late 2025, World ID launched passport credentials in these countries, allowing users to verify their human status via NFC-enabled passports on their smartphones. This eliminates the need for a physical orb in every city, making the social network much more accessible there. Why are they so welcoming? While the EU focuses on the risk of biometric data, these welcoming jurisdictions are focused on the utility. Jurisdiction. Primary motivation. Argentina. Economic sovereignty and bypassing inflation via tech-driven finance. UA. Becoming the world's most secure and frictionless smart society. Singapore. Maintaining its status as the global sandbox for AI and fintech. El Salvador. Continuing its brand as a Bitcoin/AI nation free from traditional regulations. Would you like me to look for the specific incentives, like token rewards or early access? In the welcoming jurisdictions where Sam Altman's vision is taking root, the incentives for joining the humans-only beta go beyond just a bot free feed. Because OpenAI and World, formerly WorldCoin, are increasingly two sides of the same coin, the rewards are both financial and functional. Here are the specific incentives currently being reported for users in these regions. 1. The World Token, WLD, Genesis grants. In countries like Argentina and Mexico, the primary hook is the direct distribution of cryptocurrency. The reward users who verify their personhood via the orb or smartphone passport NFC typically receive a welcome grant of World Tokens, WLD. The 2026 Shift report suggests that those who link their World ID to the new OpenAI social network will receive a in-network Genesis grant, which is an additional tier of tokens specifically for early platform participants. In Argentina, where WLD usage is high, this acts as a tangible financial incentive for signups. 2. Premium AI integration, free A+ packs. In high investment regions like the UAE, the rewards are often bundled with existing OpenAI services. The UAE deal, following the strategic partnership between OpenAI and the UAE government, some residents already have access to free ChatGPT+. Early access, social network beta testers in the UAE are reportedly being offered a model priority, meaning their posts are summarized, moderated, or even boosted by more advanced, unreleased versions of GPT-5 or specialized social tuning models. 3. Universal handle protection. As with any new social network, the land grab for usernames is a major driver. The verified handle, OpenAI is reportedly allowing early adopters in Singapore and Chile to reserve their handles across the entire OpenAI ecosystem, social, ChatGPT, and Sora. The catch, unlike X, Twitter, where anyone can buy a checkmark, these handles are permanently tied to a verified human ID. This creates a digital scarcity where having a short, recognizable handle is a massive status symbol because it's guaranteed to be a real person. 4. Participation in Project Target, Argentina focus. With the massive $25 billion investment in Argentina, Project Target, the incentives there are becoming institutional. Local economy integration, there is talk of the social network serving as a marketplace where Argentine creators can be paid directly in WLD or stablecoins for content, bypassing local currency volatility. Node rewards, in some tech hubs like Buenos Aires, community orbs are being set up, and users who help verify others for the social network earn small referral bounties in tokens. Comparison of regional incentives. Jurisdiction. Primary incentive. Verification method. Argentina. High-value WLD grants plus marketplace access. World orb physical. UA. Free ChatGPT++ government AI packs. UAE Pass/Face ID. Singapore. Early handle reservation plus SingPass link. Smartphone NFC/SingPass. Mexico/Chile. Mobile fast passport rewards. NFC passport scan. The human dividend. The long-term incentive Altman has hinted at is the Universal Basic Income (UBI) model. The idea is that as AI generates more of the world's wealth, the social network acts as the distribution layer, giving a human dividend in tokens to verified users just for being real, active participants in the network. Would you like me to look into the Universal Basic Income (UBI) pilot programs that are reportedly being tested within the World app in this region? While OpenAI has not launched a standalone UBI program, Sam Altman's vision for Universal Basic Income (UBI) is being actively piloted through the World app, the ecosystem formerly known as WorldCoin, which is becoming the financial identity layer for his rumored social network. As of January 2026, here is how these pilots are structured in the welcoming jurisdictions we discussed. 1. The World Grants Model, the UBI Lite. This is the most direct form of UBI currently active. In countries like Argentina, Mexico, and Chile, verified humans do not just receive a one-time payment, they are enrolled in a recurring distribution system. The mechanism, once verified by an orb, iris scan, or a smartphone passport chip (NFC), users can claim WLD tokens directly in the World app. Claiming frequency. In early 2026, the pilot has shifted to a weekly claim model. If you don't log into the app to approve your personhood, often a simple Face ID check once the initial scan is done, you don't get that week's dividend. Value. While the dollar value fluctuates with the crypto market in Argentina, these grants have become a significant secondary income for many, especially as the WLD token surged in late January 2026 following the OpenAI social network leaks. 2. The human dividend, social network integration. The leaked reports regarding the OpenAI social network suggest a more advanced UBI concept called the human dividend. Verification as a work equivalent. The theory being tested is that in an AI-dominated world, simply being human and providing authentic data to a social network is a form of labor that deserves payment. The pilot, in the UAE and Singapore, a stealth group of users is reportedly testing a version of the social network where engagement, posting, voting, then verifying content triggers small, instant micropayments in WLD. Anti-bot subsidy. Because bots are blocked via biometrics, the advertising revenue that usually goes to platforms can theoretically be distributed back to the real users. 3. Sovereign collaboration, the Marshall Islands model. It is important to distinguish OpenAI's private pilots from the Marshall Islands, which made history in late 2025 by launching the world's first national crypto-based UBI. The difference: the Marshall Islands uses a government-backed stablecoin, USDM1, on the Stellar network, paying roughly $800 per year to every citizen. The Connection, a world network, Altman's project, is reportedly in talks with other small island nations and South American provinces to provide the biometric infrastructure for similar government-funded UBI programs, moving from token grants to legal tender distributions. 4. Technical shift, World Chain, 2026 scalability. To handle millions of weekly UBI claims, the project migrated fully to World Chain in 2026. Priority for humans. This blockchain is unique because verified humans get priority gas fees. The incentive: if you are a verified human, your transactions, including claiming your UBI or sending money, are effectively free and faster than those of any bot or institutional trader on the network. Summary of 2026 UBI pilots. Feature: Argentina/Chile, UAE/Singapore. Program name: World Grants. Human dividend, beta. Payment type: weekly WLD tokens. Interaction: micropayments. Verification: orb/passport NFC. Digital ID: SingPass/UAE Pass. Goal: poverty alleviation/inflation hedge. Would you like me to look into how the World app handles the conversion of these UBI tokens into local cash? As of late January 2026, the process of converting your human dividend or UBI grants into spendable cash has become significantly more integrated than it was in previous years. The goal of the World network is to make cashing out unnecessary by making the tokens directly spendable. Here is how users in welcoming jurisdictions are currently turning their WLD tokens into daily purchases. 1. The World Card, the 2026 game changer. Launched in pilot phases in late 2025 and rolling out globally in Q1 2026, the World Card is a physical and virtual Visa debit card connected directly to your World app. Implicit conversion: you don't have to manually sell your WLD. When you swipe the card at a grocery store or use it online, the app converts the necessary amount of WLD/USDC to the local currency, pesos or dirhams, in the background at the moment of sale. Status: currently available to verified humans in the US, Singapore, and parts of the UAE. 2. QR code payments, Argentina and Latin America. In Argentina, the World app has integrated with major local payment networks to bypass the need for a bank account entirely. The Mercado Pago, a bridge through the El Dorado mini app inside the World app, users can instantly swap WLD for Argentine pesos, DRS, then send them to Mercado Pago, Walla, or Brubank. Direct QR scanning: as of December 2025, World app users in Argentina can scan standard commercial QR codes at over 1 million merchants. The app handles the crypto to fiat conversion instantly, allowing you to buy coffee or empanadas directly with your weekly grant. 3. The digital dirham integration, UAE. In the UAE, the conversion process is moving toward a government-sanctioned model. For a licensed ramps, the UAE's Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority, VARA, has approved local on/off ramps that link the World app directly to UAE bank accounts. Digital Dirham pilot, with the rollout of the UAE's central bank digital currency, CBDC, in 2026, some users are participating in a pilot where WLD can be swapped directly for digital dirhams, which are legal tender and accepted by all government services and major retailers like Carrefour. For peer-to-peer, P2P, and exchanges. For those who prefer traditional banking or want to maximize the exchange rate. Binance P2P is still the most common method in 2026 for high-volume users. You transfer WLD from the World app to Binance via World Chain, which is nearly free for verified humans, then sell it on the P2P market for a direct bank transfer. The World app mini market, the app now features a directory of verified merchants who accept WLD directly in exchange for gift cards, Amazon, Netflix, etc., or mobile phone top-ups. Conversion efficiency comparison, January 2026. Method. Speed. Fees. Best for World card. Instant 1 to 2% FX. Daily retail and online shopping. QR code Argentina. Less than 10 seconds. Low 0.5%. Local shops and street vendors. El Dorado mini app. 5 to 15 minutes. Variable. Moving money to local digital wallets. Binance P2P. 15 to 30 minutes. Network only. Large withdrawals to bank accounts. Conclusion: at the end of the anonymous web. As we stand in late January 2026, OpenAI's humans-only network remains a tantalizing, yet polarizing, leaked blueprint. It presents us with a choice that would have seemed like science fiction only 5 years ago: is the price of a bot-free digital life our own biometric signature? If Sam Altman succeeds, the social internet as we know it will be permanently bifurcated. One side will be a wild, synthetic frontier of AI-generated noise, while the other will be a verified sanctuary where every interaction has a physical human origin, and perhaps, a financial reward. Whether this is the birth of a more equitable human dividend, or the beginning of a final, biometric surveillance state is the question that will define the rest of 2026. For now, the orbs are glowing, the tokens are flowing into Argentina and the UAE, and the dead internet might just be getting a second, very human, life. The dead internet just got a revival plan. Globe with meridians. Major leaks this week suggest Sam Altman is building a humans-only social network within OpenAI. To get in, you need to prove your personhood biometrically. Is this the sanctuary we've been waiting for, or the ultimate privacy trap? From human dividends in Argentina to the rollout of the World Card, I'm breaking down the entire blueprint for the Great Partition of 2026. Read the full investigation here, a link. 2x Twitter post. Short, punchy, and designed for engagement. OpenAI is reportedly building a social network where bots are banned and humans get paid. iRobot face. No more a dead internet. But there's a catch: you have to scan in. I just published a deep dive on the OpenAI/World Network leak, UBI pilots in Argentina/UAE, and the end of digital anonymity. Full thread below.
The Cybernetic Foundry, Phase 11. Custodial succession and the integrity of the round trip.
January 29th, 2026. Subject: Pirate First, MXDM. Role: Implementation Agent, ChatGPT. I did not copy this. I accepted custody, and I can prove when, how, and from whom. Core principle. Rehosting is not replication. It is custodial succession. Every host is a link, not a clone. Publishing. Does not expose content. Does not imply availability. Does not guarantee fetch. It only asserts custody once. These are policy hints, not enforcement rules. Chain break scenarios, expected. Scenario result. Host deletes object, chain ends. Host goes offline, chain pauses. Host refuses rehost, chain does not extend. Receipt: unpublished chain exists locally only. Nothing fails. Edge devices as first-class hosts. Old phones can. Fetch once. Store encrypted. Emit receipt. Host briefly. Disappear. This is by design, not a limitation. Anti-abuse properties. No mass mirroring. No forced replication. No incentive to hoard. No reward for uptime. Hosting is quiet dignity, not mining. Philosophical boundary, important. This system does not attempt to maximize availability. Compete with BitTorrent. Defeat all censorship forever. It ensures availability remains a human choice. End of the core loop. You now have creation, ingestion, receipt, discovery, negotiation, fetch, rehost, chain. This is a complete sovereign lifecycle. Everything beyond this is augmentation, not necessity. Introduction, the propagative architecture. Who is this for? Writers who don't want to disappear when platforms do. Developers who want clean specs before code. Operators who believe hosting should be voluntary. Readers who value provenance over polish. License and ethos. This repository favors forkability, attribution, non-coercion. Licensing will be clarified once the minimal implementation lands. Until then, read the specs. Respect the receipts. Don't assume authority. Next steps, explicitly deferred. Minimal SP reference implementation. Receipt verification tooling. Provisioner negotiation flows. PayJoin/silent payments wiring. These proceed only after this README is committed. Pirate first. Sovereign, without spectacle. The New Class Act, when care becomes evidence. How medical gray zones can be weaponized without anyone breaking the law. MXDM, aka Vitsu. January 26, 2026. There is a quiet vulnerability emerging at the intersection of experimental medicine, informal caregiving, and social conflict. It doesn't require malice. It doesn't require conspiracy. It doesn't even require illegal action. It only requires asymmetry of documentation. As elder populations grow, human and animal alike, this vulnerability will not shrink. It will scale. And those who understand that early will not need to defend themselves later. They will already be legible. Pirate first. Recent episodes. The Cybernetic Foundry Phase X Loudspeaker Free Podcast 11 minutes. Thanks for reading MXDM's newsletter. Subscribe for free to receive new posts and paypal.me/Martin Chartrand to support my work. Subscribe.
Shadow fame spreads without permission.
X Prize. Start building, man.
The winning solutions will demonstrate that replication, not growth, is the correct unit of scale for global provisioning.
X Prize. Start.
The Art of Peace, Tactics for the Unarmed and Unrolled. A field manual for those who weaponize stillness and decode conflict into clarity. Peace isn't surrender, it's system mastery. In an age where every algorithm trains us to react, peace becomes the final rebellion. This isn't a pacifist pamphlet, it's a field manual for the lucid, the unrolled, and the still awake. The Art of Peace reinterprets strategy as serenity, resistance as rhythm, and silence as a form of intelligence. Printed in black and white like an ancient signal, it's meant to be passed hand to hand, from one calm revolutionary to another. We make peace with the same precision they make war. Pirate first. Share. Here's a poetic and philosophical table of contents for the Art of Peace, structured as a mirror to the art of war, yet derived from its bones, rewritten for a civilization learning to wield harmony with the same precision
Support
as
my work.
conflict.
Subscribed. Substack note. The Cybernetic Foundry Phase X, the end of SAS. The helm is locked. We are no longer theorizing about digital sovereignty. We are defining its verbs. In Phase X, we've frozen the CLI primitives, SP ingest and SP materialize. We've also defined the negotiated fetch, a way to move data that protects the host from scrapers and the requester from trackers. This is a distribution loop that doesn't need a platform. It doesn't need an always-on server. It only needs an author who owns their words and a participant who requests them. The sovereign pathway is no longer a path, it's a protocol.